Hi, I'm Marcia here again at Homestead Studio, and today we're going to do a little mountain scene with a river. So grab your brushes and follow along.
We'll start with our cobalt blue. We've got a dirty palette from before, but that's what we're going to start with. And I'm using a scrubber brush. You just want to get paint on there. Get a beautiful blue sky. That's what we like to see, is the blue sky. As you come down, I want you to get into your cerulean blue, because again, the sky lightens as you get to the bottom. It's not all the same color. I'm mixing a little white with it and scrubbing it in. And it's okay if it's a little blotchy because you're going to have clouds in here. Okay, you get your blue on there. I'm going to add a little more blue at the top to darken this up a little. You want your dark on the edges at the top. Give it a feeling of depth. Looking more like a sky. Okay, I'm going to get another brush and we're going to take our white, dip it in on the corner of your brush, and put in some clouds. Just little circular clouds. We're not going to do a lot with the clouds today. Wherever you want your clouds, it's your sky. Do it how you want. And again, I like using a blender brush to smooth things out. That just almost took those clouds away, didn't it? We're not worrying about the clouds today. What we're going to do now is put in our mountains. We're going to add the blue, your cobalt blue, and a very light touch of Payne's Gray. Just to darken that up. And just put in whatever mountains you want to put in. Now, if you were doing a certain mountain, you would pay attention to the shape.
Just going to put some mountains in. And then scrub it down. I know it looks like I make a mess when I start, and I often do. And then I'm going to clean my brush down here. Now these mountains, my light source is coming from the left this time. I'm going to darken up parts of these clouds on the other side. I'm sorry, I said clouds and I meant mountains. But you can call them whatever you want to call them. It's my world. I guess I'll call it whatever I want. So the mountains, you want dark on that side. Get some valleys. Then we're going to take, I'm going to have to step in front of the camera for a second. Get one of my little palette knives here. And I'm going to just add a touch of white on these mountains. And just let it kind of skim. And remember, your mountains have areas in them that will show light and dark. And for those of you that like snow, you can add more snow. This is the only way I like snow, is when it's on the mountains far away. And again, I just cleaned the paint off. Now I'm taking some of my burnt sienna and start putting in some land down here. Touch of sap green. I'm just covering the canvas right now. And again, it'll look like a mess for a while. Still might look like a mess when we're done, but we'll see. Just get some color on that canvas. That's very intimidating, a white canvas. Okay, now I'm going to show you a trick. I want you to take your fan brush and dip it in the dark color that you did for the shadows on the mountains and make a line. That's not a dark enough line. Let me try that again. And then all you do is pull up on that. And it will start showing. I've got to get a little darker. I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's gray in it and more of the cobalt blue. And let's find where our trees are living here. And then pull up on it. And it will show you where the trees are. Can you see the trees starting to grow up there? It gives it some depth, and we've got our trees starting. This is when paintings start getting fun, is when you start putting in what you're so that you can see that there's trees and there's things going on. You can even pull it up a little on the mountains if you want some little trees up there. Just a hint of trees. Now let's do a little bit of white. I'm using the same brush. I'm using my fan brush, and I put a little cerulean blue on it with the white, because our water is going to be coming right here. My white is not very creamy today. But the snow is starting to melt, and so we're getting our water coming down. Now go into your sap green. Sometimes you have to use a little medium. A touch, right now I'm using a touch of Van Dyke brown with it to darken my green. And we're going to start putting in a pine tree. And you just make your line, and then with the edge of your brush, start putting in the rest of your pine tree, just dabbing. You'll end up with a pine tree. Just keep working at it. Takes more than a minute to build a pine tree. And as you do your painting, you're going to take more time, and you're going to put some behind it so that you've got more. Now I'm going to change to my other brush with that. I'm not getting the tree look that I want. And just dab it. And then you can turn your brush and put in more. Just keep working on those pine trees. Put one in behind here. It won't be as dark. Starting to look more like a pine tree. And then turn it and you'll put in the underbrush here. That might be a little tree coming up here. It can be whatever you want it to be. Now we're going to go to the other side and we're going to put in another pine tree here. This pine tree is growing from the top down. See how easy it is to put in a pine tree? Got to still build in those pine trees. Just keep them coming. And put as many pine trees in your forest as you want. That one I'm going to come down because this is where your the water line that I'm putting in is going to be. So some of it's going to be coming down into the water and then just go across and it will give you your reflection. Let's work on the water for a second. I'm going into my cerulean blue and white. Now remember, your light is coming from the left, so this side of the painting over here is going to be lighter on the shore. But it's still going to be reflecting. And as you get closer, the water will be more vibrant and show more color. Colors are more vibrant the closer they get. And just put it in behind your trees. I'm going to put a little water line in here. And again, you're going to take more time with your painting. So you're going to have it looking really good. One thing on a shoreline is you will have dark lines where it's a shadow under here. Because again, the light is coming from the opposite side of it, of where this is. Now I'm going into the yellow, and I'm adding a touch of the sap green. Give this shoreline where the light is hitting it. Maybe a little white, and just daub it on so that you see the grass is growing. And then pull it down a little into the water. Just put grass wherever you want to put grass. Little things growing. We would have a reflection of that tree down. Again, you're darker. Maybe some of the grass here is showing. Let's put some over here. Again, it's your painting. Let's put some highlights on the tree where it would be showing. There's so much to painting. This is just a quick start for you. Definitely start doing your own thing. Put in the brush work, put in the brush time every day, and you'll just be amazed at how much you're getting. I got a little red on my little bit of red in with that. We can put little things growing down here underneath the tree. I'm going to put a little bit of a shoreline because it would have a little bit of, go outside and look at what's going on out there. Do some plein air painting is what it's called when you go out and paint, and you'll just amaze yourself. So I'm going to call that for today. Pick up your brushes, get your paint, and let me see what you're doing. Thank you for joining me today.